Hi, my name's Will, and I'm going to show you how to use tea to dye your lighter colored garments. It can help to make brighter colored clothing dingier and kind of give that like lived in, sweated in, like exposed to the elements kind of look. Because for post-apocalyptic events, LARPs, stuff like that, it helps to have something that looks the part. And if you find something that's a little bright, you can use this this technique to change that up. You're going to need the garment, or like the shirt, whatever you need. You're going to need the something to boil water in, a couple of tea bags. Used is fine, because that's the goal of this, is to kind of use what you got. A large bucket or something big enough to hold all the tea that you make, and at least a cup of vinegar, and some time. And yeah, let's start taking a look at this.
Okay, what you need is something big enough to hold all the water in. Drop your tea bags in and set it to the highest setting so that it can start to heat up. Once it's come to a boil, reduce it from a boil. To make actual tea, you want to let it sit for a couple hours, but since we just need this to make a stain, until it gets dark enough that you're happy with it, and that should work.
All right, so here's what we need: vinegar, bucket, tea, shirt, and hopefully something to weigh it all down in. So take the shirt you want to mess up, take this, get rid of these. You don't need those. They're just a problem. Then toss those in the sink. And then just enough. Yeah, that's, for this project, that's plenty. So gonna get that down in there. It's a lovely, unpleasant smell. And the goal, since we're distressing this, is we don't want it to be uniform. Like, as this soaks in to everything, it will settle in different spots. So we don't want this to be one evenly stained thing. That's why normally when you do this, you'd want it like well over. You wouldn't want folds if you're trying to like dye it professionally. But we're just trying to dye it and have it distressed. So the fabric itself will soak up the tea, and yeah, like, well, we'll see how it goes. We're gonna let this sit for a few days. All right, so yep. See a little bit of the difference, but it's still, in a tan receptacle. So I got it in there for a day. We're gonna rinse it all out and dry it. And as you can see, some of this stuff is a little more stain resistant. Well, some of this stuff is a little more stain resistant. But we're gonna make sure we get all of the tea and the vinegar out. so we can get a good idea of what it actually looks like. And this is a beige sink and a now beige garment, so that's kind of white. Like, there's paper towels, which it was this white when we started, and now you can see like the change in color, and this is just an all over change. If we left it in with more time and you know, kind of like twisted it up, we would have gotten concentrations of tea in certain places. But this is really good for a day, like, and you know, just less than just around 24 hours of sitting in that bucket, and it's good. Sweet. All right, I'm gonna dry this, make sure it's all the way rinsed out, and we'll see how the stain sticks in it. We'll wash it.
So I threw it in the washer and the dryer. I didn't use any soap. I did use a dryer sheet, and now let's see how that turned out.
Hey, so the shirt went through the washer and dryer. Just cycled out. I didn't use soap or anything, but hard to tell in this light. So I got something that was very white to compare, and so yeah, it's still carrying a stain and can actually be rinsed out, and this color will stick around. You know, if you wanted to keep it in longer, if you wanted to use a little more vinegar, you could probably accomplish a deeper stain, and also, like I said, you know, making sure that the stain gets delivered to different parts of the fabric and gets in different concentrations will mean that it can be uneven. Like, this is really nice and really even, so I'm gonna have to mess it up some more to make it, you know, suitably post-apocalyptic or distressed. But there you go. You know, had a white garment. Now it looks a bit more beat up. So, thanks.